Ted Allbeury's 1983 thriller, The Other Side of Silence, follows young investigator John Powell as he tries to uncover the reasoning behind Soviet double agent Kim Philby's desire to return to Russia. Powell is chosen for the case due to his impartiality, and British intelligence hopes his fresh perspective will help shed light on Philby's motives. As Powell digs deeper into Philby's complex history, he is confronted with the final unanswered question: why did Philby become a spy in the first place? The novel begins with the Milord Committee, a segment of the British SIS responsible for overseeing the movements of Philby, one of the most notorious double agents in history. Born in British India, Philby was a journalist covering global conflicts before rising to prominence within MI6, eventually serving as the first secretary to the British Embassy in Washington, D.C. All the while, he was secretly passing information to the Soviet Union. Philby became a central figure in the Cambridge Five, a spy ring operating from the 1930s to the 1950s that betrayed Britain's secrets to the Soviet Union during World War II and the Cold War. Of the five, Philby was the most infamous. Allbeury's story picks up later in Philby's life as he nears death and requests permission to return to Russia, the place he considers home. The Milord Committee is tasked with deciding whether to grant his wish. They must determine if Philby is simply sentimental in his old age or if he still poses a threat. The youngest committee member, Powell, is given the responsibility of making the final judgment. He is joined by several senior committee members who have worked with Philby in the past, each bringing their own perspectives to the case. John is a distinctive character shaped by his childhood as an orphan. The novel delves into his relationships with others who, like him, struggle to find their place. He embarks on a cautious romance with Vanessa, a divorcee, and forms a friendship with a colleague raising an Asian child. As the story unfolds and John investigates Philby's past, he begins to suspect that some of his colleagues are withholding the full truth. After the fourth man suspect is assassinated, likely by this, John's confusion and suspicion grow. He soon uncovers that Philby is not only a Soviet agent, but also a triple agent, secretly working for Britain all along. However, Philby is a challenging figure to trust, and many of John's colleagues believe that in his role as a Soviet spy, Philby allowed the persona to consume him. Ultimately, John comes to see Philby not as a villain, but as a victim of circumstance, manipulated by the government. Determined to bring Philby back to Russia, John's mission is thwarted by an unexpected twist of fate. Ted Allbeury, formerly a British lieutenant colonel and secret agent, authored over 40 novels, short story collections, and radio plays. Widely believed to be the only secret agent to parachute into Germany during World War II, he remained there until the Allied forces liberated the country. After retiring from the military, Allbeury worked in advertising and ran several pirate radio stations. His first novel, A Choice of Enemies, was published in 1972, and he wrote under his own name as well as two pen names, Patrick Kelly and Richard Butler. The Other Side of Silence, adapted into a BBC Radio 4 serial in 1982, was the first of his works to be adapted in this way. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.